Hello guys, as you guys saw the title, I'm about to do the sub to OSPIE 1000 times. So let's go. Okay, I mean 3 2 1 go. Sub to OSPIE, 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 SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Wait. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Wait. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOO. Wait. We're in 100, baby. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY. Okay. That's one. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Okay, by the way, we are in 201. So let's keep going. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Hirap. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Ah, that's so hard. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOS, SUBTOOSPAY, 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 301, 301, baby, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 OSPIE, SUBTOOSPAY, 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 to stop. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Okay, okay. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 400, baby, 400. Okay, okay, let's go. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 okay, I'm low bat. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 500. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Okay, more 490. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Ah, SUBTOOSPAY, 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 OSPIE, SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Ah, SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. 600. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 700. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 769, SUBTOOSPAY, 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 800, more 200. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. 900. 900 na. Ah! Woo! SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, SUBTOOSPAY, SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, SUBTOOSPAY, SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, SUBTOOSPAY, SUBTOOSPAY. Okay, we're about to hit 1K. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY, 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 SUBTOOSPAY. Subscribe to OSPIE. Okay, we hit 1,000. Saying SUBTOOSPAY. SUBTOOSPAY is done. Saying SUBTOOSPAY is done 1,000 times. It's already done. Bye, 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 guys. See you guys later.